Hello everyone, this is Shinobi, once again with another Awaken Chaos Era video. So Ace has launched a new update, and just as usual, they provided us with few more heroes. The only concern is that they gave us 3 legendaries, but they did not give us a lot of epics or elites. They gave us 1, and from what I've seen, it's a good champion on paper. Hope I can get her soon to test her. But yeah, it's good that Ace is bringing up a lot of updates, but I hope that they will be doing a lot of changes on the dungeons. As of now, they have done nothing for dungeons, which is the biggest cause of concern for me. But with regards to their updates, they are doing a fantastic job. Just have to concentrate on the dungeons and make it more feasible. Right, that's enough of rant now. So let's look at the patch notes first. So we have got patch notes, we have got a completely new faction, we have got a good and new event that is going on, and of course there is also a chance to obtain Halia and Shark Soul Andre. That is, you get 300% chance to obtain. Not that it has ever worked for me. I don't know if anybody has got it out of it, but if you have, you are lucky. If you have not, then you are just like me. Okay, so let's look at the patch notes first, and then we can move ahead and look at the champion skills and the new faction and the new event that's going on. So just the usual thing that they give in the in the update notice to improve your gaming experience. Okay, that's good to know that they are trying to improve our gaming experience, which has been I would say a positive kind of attitude from them, and they have done really good job trying to improve our gaming experience. But as I said again, they need to improve the dungeons. Okay, so the new update, you got heroes. You got 3 new legendary heroes: Shark Soul Andre, who is a dark legendary; Halia, who is a water champion; and Jocasta, which is a wood champion. We will look at these champions soon. The hero added, you have 1 new epic hero, which is Beran, or is it Biran? Okay, whatever. Now that's a wood champion. It is good that they are adding some epic champions, but they need to add a lot more epic champions and a lot more elite champions with really good skills. Okay, next, you have an advanced summon rate up event, which is open. The chance of summoning Shark Soul Andre and Halia is increased by 3x in advanced summon for a limited time. Then event added 1 new event, Abyssal Trial. We will look at it soon. Then they made some changes to Chosen Faction Challenge. Multi-battle is now available once the stage is cleared. Good. Time saving, anything that saves the time is good. Faction challenge keys and ultimate challenge keys will only be counted as consumed after victory. That is significant. If they had saying that, earlier when we used to do these chosen faction challenge, when you use a key and you lose, that key gets consumed. Now it will not get consumed, which is good. So if you're if you're trying to do higher levels and you fail, it's fine. You can keep trying it because your keys are still available, so you don't have to farm the lower level. You can try to build up a good team, which is necessary. Finally, they realize that it is important that the keys do not get consumed. Okay, that's good. Then they have made changes to Sky Duel. So Sky Duel points required for platinum and above have been significantly reduced to increase the chance to obtain the skin reward for this season. Okay, I'm not doing Sky Duel. I'm not interested. It's so much time consuming. If they had like a lot more bots out there, possibly people would have farmed it, but since it's not a bot based one, you have to go there and find someone to fight against, and then again you have to keep changing your team, your gear. It's too time consuming and not possible to do it. I'm not interested in it at the moment, unless they do something that reduces the time for us, that saves the time for us. Like if I have saved a team in Sky Duel with this specific set of gear, that gear must automatically be used for that champion or that hero. When I choose that hero to a battle, that gear must automatically be allocated to him or her. That would mean that it will save me a lot of time trying to change the gear or not to change the champion as well. So yeah, not going to do that. Team Arena, optimized display of the battle results in and out of battle. Okay, that's just an optimization of display. Doesn't make any difference to our quality of life. Then added the function of using the elemental key to temporarily unlock each closed elemental stage. Okay. All right. So you can. So if you need a specific elemental crystals, you can unlock it for temporarily. Okay, that's good. That's good. So if that specific one is not open, you can open it. I don't know how much it's going to cost. We'll have to check that. But yeah, that's a good thing. Then bug fixes. Fix the display error of the wrong gear set icon shown on some gear chests. Doesn't make any difference. I have not seen it. I don't know if anybody has experienced it. Okay, so that's all. That's a small update, small patch with a few champions and some changes in their new events that they have introduced. So let's first look at the champions that we have here. So we got 4 different champions. The first one is Jocasta. Now Jocasta, Egyptian style. Okay, what is the faction actually? The faction is Chrysos. Well, you have an Egyptian style pharaoh kind of champion who's dancing. Never thought the pharaoh would be dancing, but anyways, what's her trait? So Jocasta is a lady, it seems. So what's her trait? She attenuates all negative effects on teammates. Now what does attenuate mean? So attenuate, okay, she reduces the force or effect. Okay, that's good. That's good. So even if you're going in Void Tower Heart or other dungeons where there are a lot of negative effects, she will be reducing the effects of it by 1 turn at the start of the turn. Oh, okay. Basically, she reduces the cooldown. So instead of the negative trait being off for 2 turns, she just reduces it to 1 turn. Or I don't know how that affects. We will have to test it to really see how that affects. But from what I understand, it means that they probably might be reducing either the turn or would be reducing the effects of it for 1 turn. So if someone is stunned and they are stunned for 1 turn, would she be reducing the stun or removing the stun completely, or would she just be reducing the effect? I don't know how that will work. We will have to see. Okay. What is her skill 1? Deals 110% damage to an enemy, plus true damage equals to 8% of target's max health, restores 8% max health to a team member with the lowest health, adds true damage equal to 3% of target's max health against bosses. So we have a skill 1 with max HP damage. That's great. She's got a damage equivalent to MSB's Marion Shadowbell's Blood's ultimate, 8% of target's max HP. So you can simply lock her skill 1, don't use the other skills, and just keep using that against guild boss probably, or against any bosses, because she's going to add 3% of target's max health against bosses. So against bosses she will be doing 11% max health. I hope it's true. I hope what they're saying is true. If that is the effect, then she's going to be really good with her skill 1. Right? That's great. It's good to see someone with max health damage, but the only problem is that she's a legendary, so it's not going to be easy to get her. If you get her, good on you. If you don't get her, yeah, just wait for her. Probably ages. Okay, what is her skill 2? Her skill 2 restores 30% of max health to a teammate and applies... Oh, wait a second. I did not complete the skill 1. So she also restores 8% max health to a team member with the lowest health. So she's also a healer along with a max HP damage dealer. That's really good. I like that skill 1. That skill 1 is really good. I wish there was a similar skill in an epic. Even if it's for a reduced max health damage, if they were healing for that max health, it would have been great. Okay, now her skill 2 restores 30% of max health to a teammate and applies immune to the target for 2 turns. Grants team-wide defense up for 2 turns. Really good skill. Again, another good skill with a heal and a defense up on everyone and applies immune to the target. She's a legendary. Come on, Ace. Come on, she's legendary. Of course, I understand this immune is for 2 turns, but she's a legendary. She should be applying it to everybody. Why just to the target? Just as she can give defense up to everyone in the team, she should be able to give immune to everyone, even if it's for 1 turn. She's a legendary. She needs to do better than that. But anyways, that skill is really good. Then her ultimate removes 1 negative effect from all team members, applies invincible to the target for 2 turns and heal over time for 3 turns. Invincible is removed upon taking a valid hit. Okay, she's just like CK, so you got another CK, another Mary, only that she's a legendary. Of course, I understand what they have given her sufficient damage, sufficient heal. She's much better than CK or Mary when if you look at this one. Yeah, she's much better. She's got a heal over time for 2 turns, and she's applying the invincible not for 1 turn, she's applying it for 2 turns, heal over time for 3 turns. That's really incredible. So she can be the fastest, no problem. Everybody else will go after her, and yet the invincible is still there. I like that. I like this champion a lot. I hope I can get her. I can possibly use her in Ash, or maybe even in Dragon, because she's got those max health damage dealing ability, and she's also going to heal over time. Yeah, we will have... I like her skills very well, very much, but let's, I'm reserving my judgment because it will take some time for us to get her and then use her and then test her. It's going to be, if I'm lucky and I get her, maybe I can test her, but as of now, I'm going to reserve my judgment. So here's the hype, Shark Soul Andre. Okay, so his trait, he can play stun. So his trait, Teeth, ignores 30% of target's defense. The starting itself is so cool. I wish he was not a dark Lego. It's so impossible to get him. But if he can ignore 30% of target's defense as his trait and grants a 50% chance to inflict stun to the target that cannot be resisted if the active ability is a critical strike. So you don't have to give him any focus. You just have to give him crit rate. So if he's got 100% crit rate and his hit is a critical hit, he will be able to get a stun landed on that enemy, but that's only a 50% chance. Even then, that's an incredible skill, along with 30% of ignoring 30% of target's defense. Awesome skill. And that stun lasts for 1 turn, launches a bonus attack on the enemy with the lowest health upon defeating the target. So is that only on one enemy, or is it going to be like a machine gun? You hit one enemy, defeat that target, then he goes in and takes a bonus attack on the target with the lowest health and defeats him. Will he go to the 3rd enemy? From the text it seems he'll only get that once. So possibly he's not going to get a multi-hit. He's not a multi-hit, a bonus attack kind of thing. He's just going to not getting any bonus turns. He's just going to hit one champion, kill him, and then move on to the next champion, hit him, and if he dies, he dies. He doesn't take a third turn. If anyone has got him and sees the effect as some other effect, like he's going to machine gun everybody, it's cool then. Otherwise, still it's good. You only face 4 enemies in front of you. If you are able to kill off 2 people, what's wrong with that? Then deals 100% damage to an enemy that scales with this character's max health, restores 35% of max health. Oh, he's got a heal on his skill 1. That's incredible. So both the champions, Jocasta and Andre, they both have got heals on their A1. One heals the teammate with the lowest health, and this guy, Andre, heals himself up, which is good. So he's got his own sustain. So you just keep hitting somebody and he sustains himself, and he's also able to stun somebody if he's critting. Awesome. A really good champion. Again, a dark champion. Not going to get him anytime soon. Okay. So he's got a special instead of skill 2. So he counterattacks against the next negative effect by removing all negative effects, dealing 100% damage to all enemies that scales based on max health and granting a bonus turn, triggered only 1 time per round. Okay, so if somebody hits him, he counterattacks against the next negative effect by removing all negative effects. I don't understand that. Okay, so it seems like someone has to place negative effect on him. So if somebody places negative effect on him, then he counterattacks against that negative effect by removing all negative effects on himself or on anyone. I don't know. I would assume it's on himself. So you try to place a negative effect on him. He will counterattack by removing all negative effects, not just one negative effect, but all negative effects, dealing 100% damage to all enemies that scales based on max health. So you have to give him max health. He's got an S tier attack and he's got only an A health. So you have to increase his attack and his health as well to deal damage. So his A1 is his skill 1 is based on his attack, and his skill 2 is based on his max health, and granting a bonus turn as well. So he counterattacks and gets a bonus turn. Boy, that's okay. That's a really incredible skill. Okay, so he also increases his max health up. Okay, I understand now. So if he does this, so his ultimate is deals 150% damage to an enemy that scales with the amount of this character's max health, ignores all of the target's positive effects, and grants max health for 2 turns. This is an awesome skill. So no shield, no invincible. Oh, but he cannot target someone with invisibility. Okay, so if someone is on stealth, he's not going to target them, but those who do not have stealth, doesn't matter what kind of positive effect they have, he ignores all of them. Okay, Andre is OP. It depends upon what his multipliers are. If his multipliers are good, he's going to be a really good single target, possibly I would say even an area of effect, AoE damage dealer. Yeah, so he's really good. The hype is real as far as text is concerned. We don't know how he is unless we see him in action. So we have the new faction here, Visitors by Sea. That's a good thing that they are introducing a new faction, new kind of mechanics. It's all good. But we need more epics out here, more elites out here. Please give us some epics and elites. Okay. So the legendary one in that new faction is Halia. That's the one we have been seeing or hearing for a long time now. And her trait, Water Blessing, damage dealt scales with the speed difference between the caster and the target. Okay, so she has to be fast. So she's got a STS speed, 134 speed. That's incredible. 134 speed. Okay, so she's got incredible speed. So anyone who gets her is going to be like enjoying a fast champion. But her damage is going to be scaling on her speed, so you have to get her to 300 or more than 300 speed, which is going to be really tough. So grants a team-wide Ocean Lights for 1 turns at the start of the turn, cooldown 3 rounds. Okay. So she grants something. She grants Ocean Lights, and Ocean Light means damage dealt scales with the speed difference between the caster and the target. So she's going to grant this buff on everyone, and they will deal... Okay, so they will deal additional damage, or is it that their entire damage is going to be dealt between the speed difference? Because most of the attack-based champions that we have, those are our DPSs, do not have that kind of speed. So they are going to be slow. So is this going to be an additional damage, or is it going to just change or convert the damage that they are dealing into, and their multipliers are going to be changed into this way? Now, I'm not really certain how this is going to affect, but if it's going to be an additional damage where the speed difference is going to matter, and you're going to deal an additional damage based on the difference between your speed, your DPS's speed, and the enemy, then yeah, it looks good. Again, it's a bit confusing. Ace does not make it very clear on their text. We need to see how that comes when we actually use that champion. Now, her A1 or a skill 1 is Bubble Pull. She deals 100% damage to an enemy and grants speed up to this character and ally with the highest attack for 2 turns. Okay, similar to that of Hassel, but instead of Hassel's being a passive, she's got an active skill. She's dealing a damage to an enemy and grants speed up to this character and ally with the highest attack for 2 turns. So she's also getting speed up, and she's going to get 30 speed extra, and the person with the highest attack is also going to get 30 speed extra, which is good. It's really good skill, and she's also going to deal good damage. She's got an B tier attack, she's got A tier health, A tier defense, S tier speed. Okay, I don't know, she's not going to deal a lot of damage, but at least she'll increase your damage dealer's speed by 30. Okay, her special is grants Ocean Light to an ally or a bonus turn if this character has the highest speed on the field. So is that a passive? It's not a passive, it's an active skill. So she just grants Ocean Light to an ally or a bonus turn. So that's kind of iffy. Why would they have to do that? Like, she's already granting an Ocean Light here on her trait, but she's got that on a 3-turn cooldown. So she's now going to do this special, which does not deal any damage and just grants Ocean Lights to an ally or a bonus turn. Okay, I'm not really a big fan of that skill. It should be, it grants speed or a attack up and then grants a bonus turn. That would have made her good. Okay, now Whirlpool, that's the ultimate. It deals 150 damage to all enemies and applies a team-wide speed up or inflicts. So she's only giving 30 speed. Why not speed up 2? She's a legendary, and that too from a new faction. Why not speed up 2? Why not 50 speed? Why just 30 speed? Okay, she's granting speed up to all enemies, sorry, all of the team, or inflicts 1 speed down on non-boss enemies if this character has the highest speed. Again, why that RNG? Why this or that? It should just be she grants speed up to the team, and then she also places a speed down on one of the enemy. That's it. That would have made her good. I wish I do not get her. I'm not looking forward to get her. She's not going to be really good for me. Okay, now the epic. This one, Baron. She's got an A tier attack, B tier health, C defense, speed 104, B tier, crit rate is good, but the A tier attack makes her, I don't think she's going to deal a lot of damage with an A tier attack like that. If she was at the top tier, like 1400 attack, top tier of A, then I would have said, yeah, this champion would have dealt good damage, but she's like 1200 attack. That's a base attack. No, she's not going to deal much damage. I hope she does if she's got good multiplier, but it doesn't look like that. But in any case, her skills do look good on paper. Unless we test her, we don't know how good she'll be. So her trait grants crit damage up for 1 turn at the start of the turn. Ability may trigger once per 2 rounds. So she'll get, every 2 rounds, she'll get crit damage up and a speed up if she's ascended, not attended, ascended. Okay. So on skill 1, deals 100% damage to 2 enemies and grants attack up to this character for 2 turns. Okay, that's a good skill. She's not a single target one, though she's like a single target champion, but she's actually hitting 2 people. Okay. Now, her passive, another second passive, which is a special, attacks will launch a bonus special ability strike if 4 or more enemies survive, dealing 80% damage to all enemies that scales with the number of enemies remaining, can be triggered only once per round. So that condition is too much. It should have been like 2 or more enemies survive. Why 4 or more? 4 or more means she has to go first. What if my Andre, if I get him, what if my Andre finishes off one of the enemies, or maybe 2 of the enemies? Now she's not going to get that skill. She's not going to use that skill because her skill requires the condition that there have to be 4 or more enemies that are surviving. So her skill 1 would go and hit 2 people, and if there are 4 people who are surviving, she will launch a bonus attack hitting every one of the enemy, dealing 80% damage to all of the enemies, and it scales with the number of champions alive. So if there are 4 people still alive, she will just be killing off all 4 of them. That is, if she's dealing enough damage. But yeah, that condition is too much. It should have been 2 or more, not 4 or more. That's like too much. Maybe she can be used in VTH boss floors. I'm being sarcastic over here. Okay, now scatter shot. That's the ultimate, deals 100% damage to all enemies. That scales based on the number of enemies remaining and ignores 30% of defense for targets over 50% current health. Okay, so if she goes first, I think you want her to go first, but her speed is only 104. How can she go first? I don't know. I'm really confused. How can she go first? Maybe use Halia to give her some speed and then, boost her speed up and then make her go second after Halia or maybe after Winstrix. So if she goes and she does ultimate on everybody, she deals 100% damage to all enemies. That scales based on number of enemies remaining and ignores 30% of defense for targets over 50% of current health. So everybody is going to have really good health and she's going to ignore 30% of the defense, deal good damage on everybody, and then her passive will activate because all 4 of them will not be dead at that time, and then she'll launch a second attack on all 4 of them, and maybe she'll be able to kill them all. Okay, now on paper it's a really good skill, but I wish the base attack was at around 1400 or possibly borderline 1500. Then these skills, I would say, would have been effective. Okay, so that's all the number of champions and the new faction we have. Now let's look at not arena, where am I going? Okay, let's look at the event. So what does the event says? So the event time, we have time until the 6th of September. Okay, so you have Tireless March, Professional Warrior, Pointed Riches. Okay, so if you are finishing them off, depending upon how many points you're getting. Okay, so it's just like the endless trial. Okay, understandable. All right. So the more you finish, the more points you get, the more you can, So possibly clear floor 3 of the Abyssal Trials. That's the Tireless March. Professional Warrior, defeat 30 Elite Hero targets in a single trial round. Okay. Pointed Riches, get 500 event points. So you can get these extra challenge medal. Okay, you can get these extra challenge medals by completing these conditions. And what can you do with the challenge medals? You can buy these. Okay, so we basically have a similar event like that of Geronal kind of event that's going on here, where you can get extra shards, advanced summon crystals and other gear. This gear, Assassin Hood, doesn't look really good. Not really good, but yeah, it's an okay stats on them. Okay, again, not really good ones. Anyways, I'm not going to spend my challenge medals on any of those. Abyssal Guard, again, doesn't have what. Okay, my friend over here said he got Andre from my free summon. Shame is not the dark one. Okay, right. So he didn't get that dark champion. Okay. But yeah. So that's the overall update that we have received. The Abyssal Trial is just like that of Endless Trial plus some extra things. So yeah, let's see. I've got 40 summoning crystals over here. Let's see if I can get anything out of it. Just 40 summons. Let's try 10 extra. I hope I can get something good. Alright, let's see. Okay, I'm only epics. That's bad. Got another Ricard. I don't need another Ricard. I hope I can get some legendary. It doesn't matter which one. I need some legendary. I hope. Oh no, it does matter which one. I don't want Desmond. Okay, another Aurak. Imagine. Why would I want another Aurak? Alright. Can I have a legendary, please? Vans. I've got so. Of course, I love Vans. I use them everywhere. But Vance and Jonathan, come on, seriously, no. Okay, that's the final one. Will I be getting anything out of this? Please. Okay, it's just epics. Got a Kane. Not even the new ones. Seriously. And a Hugh. I'm only getting legacy champions. I'm not getting anything new. Okay, so that's it. I've done my summons as well. Did not get anything out of it. Yeah. So that's all, folks. Thank you so much for watching my channel. Yeah, I do like the updates that they are doing. It's good that they are keeping us active. They are active. Ace is really active in doing what they're doing. But they need to do something about the dungeons. And they need to do something about, getting more epics and elites into the game. If they push that into that area, I'm pretty sure it's going to work well for them. I hope they do that. Come on, Ace, do something about the dungeons, especially Witch of the Winds and the Gemini Dragon, and get us more epics and elites. And we know that people will keep playing your game because your game is good. Your game is good. They're giving the updates in time. It's going fantastically well. Just need a little bit more concentration on helping out free-to-play players so that they can also enjoy the game just as much as other players are enjoying it. Thank you so much for it. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, share and subscribe to my channel. I hope to see you in the next video. Thank you.